Narduzzi Show. Brought to you by GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community service since 1892. Air Pro Heating and Cooling. Call someone you know. Call Air Pro. And by NSS Life, the Pat Narduzzi Show is on the Panther Radio Network.
From the Indigo Hotel on Technology Drive, next to the campus of the great University of Pittsburgh, welcome to the Pat Narduzzi Show. Coach is here. I'm Larry Richard with the Chris Pickle 97 head football coach, Pat Narduzzi. Coach, we got a great crowd here at Indigo today. Looking forward to the backyard brawl.
No question. Is that this weekend?
It's this weekend.
Let's hear it. 3:30?
3:30 kickoff, ESPNU, and of course on the Panthers Radio Network. And we want to welcome, we've got the Panther Club members in the house. Let's hear it, guys. This is it. The 107th meeting of Pitt and West Virginia on the gridiron dates back to 1895, the renewed rivalry. Right now, it's 1-1. You won 2 years at home. They won last year. So an opportunity this weekend. Before we talk about West Virginia, we got to dial back. The biggest come-from-behind victory against any football team since 1971 on the road in Cincinnati. Panther Club, let's hear it for that. What an amazing game. To be a witness to history was just a lot of fun. Nobody on your sideline ever gave up, even though you were down 21 points, 4:10 left in the third quarter. And what was in your mind the turning point for your team?
You know, I think there's so many turning points. But, you know, obviously Ben Saul's connected on some field goals. I think even going into the half, when he kicked that field goal at the half, you know, with 1 second to go, which we've never seen that situation before, you know, we were lucky to get that snap off because it was going to be snapped on the ready, which, you know, on the whistle. You know, that thing could have just expired on us. But our field goal team did a great job. We were up on the snap, ready to roll. But, you know, there's so many turning points in that game. You know, first of all, in the first half, we had opportunities out there. If you go back and watch the videotape, you watch the all 22, we had receivers open that we just didn't hit. You know, we've gone back and practiced some of the, you know, the 3D, you know, the drop and 8 coverage this week because we may see it. It's easy to drop 8. You know, you better know what you're doing with it. But and certainly Cincinnati did. They did a nice job. But we, you know, Eli started to figure out what was going on. Defensively started getting some stops, and we fed off of each other, which I think is important in games. That we feed off each other. Defense gets a stop, offense scores. Defense gets a stop, offense scores. And we just continued to get better as the game went on.
I thought at the end of that half, to your point, a lot of people might have been watching or listening and saying there were about 20 seconds left when you got the ball back. Take a knee, go to the half, try to regroup, but you didn't. And you work your way down. And I thought that field goal with 1 second left really seemed to set the tone. And we even talked about it going off the field into the locker room.
No doubt. We were trying to get the ball back at the end. I actually did a poor job of managing the clock at the end because at first I was ready to call timeouts, and then they got a first down, and I'm like, forget it. I'm not going to give them more time to score. So I stopped calling, went away from calling timeouts. You know, I wish I had called a couple times because we probably could have scored a touchdown right then. But I was afraid to give them time to score. You know, I wanted them to have to bust their timeouts. So I didn't want to help them. So it was one of those, when I said I did a bad job, had I known we were going to get the stop and have an opportunity to go back down. But, you know, 33 seconds. I mean, we saw it at UCLA, 32 seconds. I mean, Ben Sauls was right on at that Sun Bowl, same kind of situation as far as time on the clock. I think there was 34 seconds left there. So the offense did a heck of a job going down the field, and guys made plays. And I think we got some momentum from that situation.
And yet, you come out of the half, and Cincinnati finds a way to work their way down for a touchdown. And you're going, oh, come on, man.
Right.
And then the tide turns. And then boom, boom, boom. You score 22 unanswered points to win that game by a point. What a phenomenal win. Let's hear it again, Panthers Club. That was one literally for the ages. That said, from a practical part, you got a young quarterback, his second start, his first on the road, in Eli Holstein. He apologized to you for the first half.
Yeah, well, no, that was at the end of the game. He didn't, he apologized at the end of the game, not at halftime. Said it'll never happen again, so we'll hold him to that, right? But again, it's never one guy's fault. You know that. I mean, whether it was missed route, protection on the offensive line where he didn't have time to really see his target down the field. So it takes 11. It's not just him, but you love a quarterback that's putting it and saying, "Hey, it's my fault," and that's the important thing. We know it's not all his fault. We know that, but you want a quarterback that wants to take ownership and take the heat because they're always going to get it anyway.
They never wavered in that second half, and obviously you can build on a win like that in a lot of ways. And before we go on, the ACC recognized the Pitt Panthers as the team of the week in the conference, recognized running back Desmond Reed, recognized Kanate Mumfield as the receiver, the specialist Ben Sauls, and for the second time in only his second start, rookie Eli Holstein is the rookie of the week in the conference. So a lot to be happy about. But at the same time, as a head coach, you got to dig into the details and try to figure out how not to be in that position the next time out.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You talk about the cardiac kids. I said, I told them, on Sunday and kind of reiterated that this week that we're not going to keep doing that. We need to start faster. We need to go out. Offensively, we took that opening drive down the field and got down in the red zone and we throw it to the other guys, which was a wrong route on that. Just by the way, so everybody knows, it was wasn't all Eli's. There was a route issue by a receiver, and we do a lot of different things out there. So there's got to be those details. So you got a wrong route, and the quarterback thinking the ball's going to be here, and then he kind of gets nervous and throws it somewhere where he shouldn't. Just take it and go. But it was a heck of a win. It tells our kids that, hey, we can do it at any time. I think for the rest of the year, the kids are believing that, hey, it doesn't matter what that score is, we're going to come back and win.
And when we come back, more about the Player of the Week awards from the team you heard about the ACC Conference. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey Pittsburgh, it's Cam Hayward. I know firsthand that an illness such as cancer can strike at any time, even when you're at the top of your game. If you are healthy and life is going your way now, this is the best time to get life insurance. You can get a policy with GBU Life that's affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you're building today at GBU.org.
GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Life insurance underwritten by GBU. This is a paid endorsement. Coverage is subject to approval and may not be available in all states.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Playing the field is under further review.
Making the right call requires speed and accuracy.
I've got your result right here, Mrs. Johnson.
Siemens Healthineers provides laboratories with fast and accurate test results when and where they're needed. From the world's largest hospital systems to care centers here in the Berg and across Western Pennsylvania, Siemens Healthineers helps labs tackle the toughest challenges.
UPMC believes that not having a place to call home is as much of a health emergency as anything else. That's why we're working to increase access to affordable and stable housing across Pennsylvania by partnering with local organizations. Because life-changing is helping you before you ever walk in our doors. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC. Life-changing medicine.
Mac.bid is here. What is it? It's your place to save up to 80% off retail. But don't share this news, because you don't need the bidding competition. Neighbor wants to know where you got that new mower? Lie. Mom's admiring your new cookware? Fib. Your priest wants a new TV just like yours. Okay, maybe you tell your priest about Mac.bid, but don't tell anyone else. You need to become a deceiver, a teller of untruths, a fabricator of falsehoods, a spinner of yarns. Winning at Mac.bid is amazing. Competition stinks. Mac.bid is here. Tell no one.
It's time to go somewhere we've never been before, without even leaving West Virginia. You won't need your GPS. In fact, the only thing you need to bring is hope. After all, West Virginia is for hope. It's what moves us forward to the promise of a bright future, while honoring the traditions of our proud past. And Hope Gas is lighting the way as the catalyst for growth on our terms. Because West Virginia is going places. Learn more at wvisforhope.com.
Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Here's the snap. It's down. The kick by Sauls on its way. That kick is up. That kick is good. With 17 seconds to go, the Panthers have come all the way back to take a 1-point lead.
That's the voice of the Panthers, Bill Hillgrove. Let's hear it for Bill Hillgrove. Friday night, Bill and the late Dick Grote will be inducted into the Pitt Hall of Fame, the first broadcasters ever, and Hillgrove in his 51st season. Bill's seen it all, but he hasn't seen what you guys did on Saturday. That's great. We're with Coach Pat Narduzzi. Let's talk about Players of the Week, and let's start with special teams. Of course, it's Ben Sauls.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he's 3 for 3 on field goals. Had a 35-yard game-winning. You had a big 53-yarder at the half, 5 touchbacks, and he just continues. I mean, he had the best preseason camp I've seen. He's an NFL kicker. I mean, 53-yard, he was good from 65.
To your point,
Easy.
I thought the same thing when I saw that. I'm like, man,
I think
that's a heck of a boot under a lot of pressure, too,
yeah.
and helped ignite the turnaround. All right, on defense.
Kyle Lewis, number 9. He's been really, really active out on the field this season so far. He's special. We knew that last spring. He had a heck of a spring, and he's just carried into the fall. He had 6 tackles, half a TFL, 4 quarterback hurries, 4 hits on the quarterback. So he didn't get a sack, but he's making that quarterback. And you think about the quarterback in the second half wasn't as accurate as he was in the first half. So those hits take a toll, and Kyle Lewis did a heck of a job there.
And on offense, you got 2 guys.
We got 2. How could you not have 2? Kanante Mumfield, what a game he had, and Desmond Reed. Kanante had his career high 5 receptions, 123 yards, 2 TDs, and then Desmond, with his 148 yards rushing and 106 yards receiving. Those are 2 special players, and they happen to be special, last Saturday. There could be some other special guys this Saturday, so that's what I look forward to, is seeing who's going to be next.
And E.J. Borghetti, I believe that Desmond Reed, there's been no player in Pitt history, at least on record that we know, that's had over 100 yards rushing and receiving. So that young man is special.
He is special. He's a great kid, too. I mean, he's humble. You can ask Branson about him later on. He was just one of those guys that doesn't say boo the whole. He just works. He's a worker.
He had a lot of big smiles after that game. It was fun to see him on the network getting interviewed.
Yeah.
And here's our player this week. Coach's guest is Branson Taylor. We're going to talk to him in just a couple of minutes. Offensive lineman of the week, 6'6", 300-plus pounds. Look at this man. He's a great player and a captain.
He's probably 320, but he's our offensive lineman of the week. Not the reason I brought him here. He's also our captain. Had a winning grade of 82%. As we know, everything starts up front. You could have great receivers and great tailbacks and Desmond Reed, but if you don't have an offensive line in front of you. So Branson is the leader of that offensive line. They call themselves the Hogs. And he had 5 pancakes. So, Coach Darvo, this year is, talked about pancakes and putting people on their backs. And
5 pancakes.
5 pancakes. And
let's hear it for Branson Taylor.
Yes, sir.
All right, your Unsung Hero Award. They might not be obvious, but really key to victory.
No doubt about it. The special teams Unsung Hero, and I don't know, a lot of people don't look at it. They just look at the field goal go through, is that holder. Cam Guest, Bell Vernon, graduate, unbelievable. That high snap, that last snap was a high snap, and it was just so smooth. Boom, boom. And he claims he has the best hands on the team.
You can argue now?
No argument there. That's the pressure that the kicker, the snapper, and the holder are under in those situations. That's big time.
And this was with Cal Adamitis, who is a former Panther, obviously Central Catholic grad, who plays for the Bengals, was on the sidelines watching. And that's a well-oiled machine between the snapper, holder, kicker, and what a pressure kick that was. And we all noticed in the moment the snap was a little high, so credit to Cam Guest. How about on defense, Unsung Hero?
Brandon George, number 30, middle linebacker, has had a heck of a year so far. He's practiced like a champion as well, which is why he's gotten to where he is. He had 4.5 tackles, 3 quarterback hurries, 2 quarterback hits. But really that unsung hero, that third down, which forced him to punt the ball at the end of the game to give us our drive, he came through the A-gap and smacked the quarterback in the mouth. I wish he'd have lined up maybe another yard closer to the ball. He's a little deep off the ball. But he lined up right over the center. The center slid, and he shot the gap and hit the quarterback and hit him twice. He hit him in the chest once, and then he pounded him in the ground. So him hitting the ground, we try to get 2 hits on a quarterback every time we hit him.
Sounded like you liked that.
I liked it a lot.
On offense, Unsung Hero.
Unsung hero on offense. I give this young man a lot of credit. He had a great camp. Jason Collier had 3 pancakes. Started the left guard position. So in 2 games, we've had really 2 different lineups. He actually, lines up right next to Branson. Ryan Jacoby was out that game. Jason had to come in and fill, and Jason got a little hamstring injury in the game in the second quarter. Was out at the second quarter. I'm like, holy cow, we're on our third guard there at that spot. That would not have been a good thing, but no one forced him back. He said, Coach, I'm ready. He stretched out, got ready at halftime, came out and played the entire second half. To me, that shows you toughness, and he could have just, down whatever points it was at the half, he could have just said, oh yeah, I can't go back in, I'm done. But he fought back, and he was a big reason we won that football game.
Defensive Attack Force Player of the Week.
Nate Matlack, Nate, number 2 on defense, has done a great job. Had a winning grade, 2.5 tackles. He had a nice sack. Matter of fact, at the second to the last play on defense, he had the sack. And you talk about just great effort. There's a lot of guys that fall on the ground. He kind of came around the corner, quarterback scrambled out. He got knocked down. He's on the ground, gets back up, and gets a sack. And did a heck of a job. Again, could be an unsung hero. Had a PBU, knocked the ball down as well. He's had PBUs all camp. So it was great to see him get that done as well.
And your Rocks players of the week, these are the scout team players that make a name for themselves even among your coaching staff. If they shine here, there's a good chance they'll shine later on another position, moving up onto the starting team perhaps.
No question. We talk about those guys every day because it matters. I mean, we talk about, in our staff meeting every afternoon at 4 o'clock, we go through the entire depth chart, how they practice today. And then we talk about, the Rocks as well, those guys on scout team, and talk every day like, okay, today who was the Rock offensive lineman of the week? Who was the Rock D lineman of the week? So it's emphasized, and we want to make sure those guys know that they're critical in our win. And anytime you win, the Rocks did a great job. So special teams, Adam Howinitz did a great job. Again, I think he got an award on offense last week.
He did?
At tight end, I think he was. So that's 2 weeks in a row he's got it and found a way. Again, details. Again, he's come a long way from last year. On offense, Pete Vardzell, again, does an outstanding job giving you exact looks of what that receiver is going to do. And then on defense, Thomas Aiden, kid from Cleveland, Ohio, that, again, gives, Branson will tell you about, Aiden. He gives him fits every day on the D-line just because he's got a motor and he does everything he can do to help us win.
Let's hear it for our Pittsburgh Panther Player of the Week awardees, including our next guest, coach's guest, is Captain Branson Taylor. When we come back, you're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, host of the Pat Narduzzi Show. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
Thanks to 850 community partners across an 11-county service area, Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is working to eliminate hunger and stabilize lives across the Three Rivers region. We're committed to making sure all our neighbors have consistent access to healthy food, and we're connecting people to other critical services to address the root causes of food insecurity. To get help, volunteer, or donate today, visit pittsburghfoodbank.org or call 412-460-3663.
Hey Pitt fans, as the official credit union of the Pitt Panthers, Clearview Federal Credit Union is here to help you reach all your financial goals. Clearview wants to help you score big financially, whether you need to save, spend, borrow, or learn, they're here to help. Get easy access to your money from anywhere using their digital banking featuring Zelle, Clearview Live Video Banking, over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and financial centers throughout the Pittsburgh area. Visit clearviewfcu.org/Panthers to learn more and open an account today. Hail to Pitt.
At Sarah's Candies, we make raising money for your group simple and sweet. With our chocolate bar and pretzel rod fundraisers, there are no minimums to get started, and you can earn up to 50% profit. Whether you're raising funds for a school, sports team, or even just yourself, we make it easy for groups of all sizes to succeed. Mention this ad when you order over the phone to earn 50% profit on your next order. Call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
Icy Light is the official beer of getting up early. It's the official beer of rallying the troops. The official beer of turning a 3-hour game into an all-day affair. The official beer of, did you just see that? The official beer of rising and cheering in unison for every season-defining moment. Icy Light, the official official beer of your Pittsburgh Panthers. Let's raise another.
As on the football field, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win your financial goals. Their wealth advisors use proven strategies with a focus on retirement distribution and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jksfinancial.com.
It's the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Shotgun snap, four-man rush. Pass over the middle, and running up the field, here comes the Panther receiver, and that's Desmond Reed. He's down to the 15-yard line inside the 10. Did he get to the goal line?
Yes, he
did. Touchdown, Panthers. They're 2 points short of Cincinnati at this juncture. 5:40 to go. A 56-yard catch and run for Desmond Reed.
Let's go.
Yeah, how about that? That was electrifying, and it set up an opportunity for the Panthers to win, and you closed out strong. We're with Coach Pat Narduzzi and a special guest, Captain Left Tackle Branson Taylor. Let's hear it for Branson. Branson, I got to ask you, right off the top, I mean, you're right there in the trenches. What was the feeling like on the team when you knew you had a chance on that final drive to go down the field and at very least get a field goal to go up and win this game?
I mean, it was the score. I mean, we knew they were a good team coming in. And, you know, we were down, but we never gave up. And we knew we had an opportunity at the end of the game to go win it, and that was our mentality. So,
what can you say about your rookie quarterback, Eli Holstein, who hung in there through some adversity in the first half, but all of a sudden, man, caught fire?
For sure, man. I mean, the kid's electrifying for real. You know, I love him to death. Always comes in with a great attitude and confidence. So, you know, we're up front, ready to protect him, and you know he's going to thrive.
You know, he seems to have the intensity, but yet I like the fact that he's humble too at the same time. You know, he has a lot of faith in his own ability and his teammates like you around him, and none of that happens without the guys up front.
For sure. For sure. We love all our skill players and all our quarterbacks and running backs. So,
well, take us through that final drive. What was it like in the huddle?
I mean,
there is no huddle.
Yeah,
oh, that's right.
Yeah, no huddle this year. No huddle.
Good point.
Well, there wouldn't have been, even if we huddled, there would be no huddle.
Yeah, right. For those that don't know, Cade Bell, the new offensive coordinator, this high-tempo offense, which is fun to watch, man.
Sure.
It's electrifying. So, yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, no huddle.
Well, what about his intensity, Eli Holstein?
I mean, he was ready to go. You know, he talked to the guys right before we went out there, and he said we're going to go score and win this game. So I believed in him.
And there were some moments where it's like, if you don't make this play, it's not happening today.
For sure. But, you know, he's always going to make those plays. So,
tell me what happened up front, because I haven't really had a chance to talk to the offensive line. What happened on the 4th and 5 or 4th and 4?
Oh, one of their defenders kind of flinched at us and try to make us jump. And, you know, that's the flag this year. So, you know, we're happy about that.
Yeah,
especially
so
as offensive linemen.
They got a flag, gave you a first down. And
we were going to get it anyway.
Yeah, for sure. We were going to get it anyway.
But it was nice to get it for free.
It definitely helped.
We could save that play for later on.
But I'm curious, and I'm sure Panther fans here tonight, how do you move that offense so fast? How do you know what to do in as short as 7 seconds between plays?
I mean, we just got to go. I mean, we hear the call, and, you know, we line up and get it done.
But it's not like old school, like some real long, drawn-out call. It can't be.
No, it's just one-word calls usually.
Narduzzi, win.
You know, you bring up a great point, and Branson could probably give you a little comparison of what, you know, the long calls we had a year ago. And I think we've simplified things. We've got the same players pretty much, but
100%.
We've simplified things up front where they can go play faster, be more physical, and they're not thinking so much. There used to be some stuff that I'm like, how do they even spit that out in the huddle?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It was very, very wordy. And it's gone to 2 or 3 words, and maybe 1 word.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's
1 to 3
very
words,
simple.
and it's over, and they better figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, you had 2 broadcasters in Pat Bostic and Doran Dickerson, Pitt All-American, who had both played against Cincinnati in their day, back when the Big East was where the Panthers were. And there was a game where Pitt was up by 21 at the half, and it didn't end well. So this kind of exercised the demons for everybody in Pitt history, and I know they thank you for that.
For sure.
That moment when you knew we won this game, what was that like for you guys? I was there on the sidelines. It was fun to watch.
I mean, it was super exciting. I mean, everyone was jumping up and down. You know, it was just a great victory.
All right, you got the backyard brawl. You've been a part of this the last 2 years as well. Want to talk about that when we come back, and a little more about Branson Taylor off the field. When we return, you're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, Pitt fans. Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
As on the football field, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win your financial goals. Their wealth advisors use proven strategies with a focus on retirement distribution and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jksfinancial.com.
Icy Light is the official beer of getting up early. It's the official beer of rallying the troops. The official beer of turning a 3-hour game into an all-day affair. The official beer of, did you just see that? The official beer of rising and cheering in unison for every season-defining moment. Icy Light, the official beer of your Pittsburgh Panthers. Let's raise another.
You want a news source that delivers unrivaled football coverage? Then you want the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, because the Post-Gazette delivers football 24/7. High school, college, and the pros. Up to the minute, in-depth reports, scores and stats, matchups and highlights, breaking news, and breakout players. Exclusive coverage, online, in print, or on the go. So for football and all the news that impacts our region, the Post-Gazette delivers what matters most.
At Sarah's Candies, we make raising money for your group simple and sweet. With our chocolate bar and pretzel rod fundraisers, there are no minimums to get started, and you can earn up to 50% profit. Whether you're raising funds for a school, sports team, or even just yourself, we make it easy for groups of all sizes to succeed. Mention this ad when you order over the phone to earn 50% profit on your next order. Call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
The 2-minute warning, the caution flag, the 4. At PNC Bank, we believe in the power of a helpful watch out. That's why we created Low Cash Mode, the new financial watch out that gives you multiple options and at least 24 hours of extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Low Cash Mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. Available on all virtual wallet products. To learn more, visit pnc.com/lowcashmode. Copyright 2021, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. All rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Let's return to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Gets the snap, is back, looks, scampers right, starts to roll. Now almost falls down, but now he's trapped, throwing, running for his life, and he's sacked.
That'll do it. That'll do it. The Panthers win.
Line. 1 second to go is what they show.
He's down.
He's down.
Bostic at the end. You couldn't hold Bostic back. And we love it. It was such a great win in Cincinnati. We're with Branson Taylor from Elyria, Ohio, number 78 left tackle for your Pittsburgh Panthers, 6'6", 330, and captain. I happen to be seated next to you at the kickoff luncheon, and very happy for you being named a captain, because I would imagine it's so meaningful because it comes from your teammates.
For sure. I mean, it was a great honor and a blessing to receive the captain, especially because it comes from my teammates. So it was just a great honor for us.
And your studies at the University of Pittsburgh, I think, is very interesting because there's a theme, a thread with some of the players in what you study.
Yeah, criminal justice. I just graduated in the spring. I want to use that degree Someday, hopefully, I'll go play on Sundays, hopefully next year. But I would love to use that degree someday.
It's always good to have that in the future, but my money is on Branson Taylor playing on Sundays. What do you guys think? We got the Panther Club here.
He will play on Sundays.
That said, Coach says you have some personal exciting news.
Oh, yeah. I was recently engaged. So,
all right.
Yeah.
He won't even eat dinner. I'm like, you got to order food. He goes, Coach, I got to go home to my fiance. She's cooking dinner.
Oh.
What you got? What's for dinner tonight?
It is Italian chicken and rice. So.
That's a good call. And you're talking to Coach Narduzzi. Like that. So what is your fiance's name, if you don't mind me asking?
Kaylin.
And where is she from?
Oh, she's from Elyria.
So a
high school
hometown girl for you?
Yeah, high school sweetheart. Started freshman year.
That's pretty exciting. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You got a lot to look forward to. I always ask the players, and I'm always curious, because you guys put so much time and effort into your athletic part for football. What do you like to do to kind of detach?
I love to play video games, watch movies. But video games are my biggest thing to do outside of football.
Two things Coach Narduzzi knows nothing about: video games and movies.
Oh, I know video games now.
You do?
Oh, yeah, because my kids play video games. My son plays. I played that new NCAA game.
Really?
I get killed because I don't know what the buttons are. I can't figure the buttons out. There's so many buttons. I have to look at the thing, and by that time I'm sacked.
That would be a good segment in the future. Have Coach play one of the players in real time live here. Meantime, what are some of the games? What's the hot game?
NBA 2K. That's the big one out right now, and Madden and NCAA.
All right, let's talk a little backyard brawl. So we mentioned you've been a part of this since they reconnected 2 years ago. Acrisure Stadium, over 72,000, the largest crowd ever to witness a sporting event in Pittsburgh history. I can't imagine how exciting that was to come out of that tunnel.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was electric. But I'm 1-1 against them, the last couple of years, and I'm excited for Saturday for sure.
So on their offense and defense, you're obviously going to be facing their defense. What's your scouting report of the Mountaineers?
I mean, they're good. They're good up front. Got definitely a couple good players in the secondary. Number 5, Sean Martin, I'll be going against him a lot. He's a good player. He got really long arms, and I'm excited for that matchup.
And they're 1-1 coming in, and obviously this is a chance to do something special. So good luck against the Ears, and good luck in your future marriage. They're pretty exciting.
For sure.
Let's hear it for Branson Taylor.
And I got one more shout out to my mother. I know she's listening. Love you, Mom.
Elyria, Ohio. I've been there many times.
For sure.
I have some friends living there. And what do you do in terms of devoting your time to charities? I know this team was a national champion for charitable work here, and you're always at the top across the country in all phases. So what's a favorite charity of yours?
It was Ronald McDonald House. We went there, I believe, in the summertime. I think so. We went as an offensive line. It was really good to give back to the community.
We appreciate you for that.
For
All
sure.
right, Branson, good luck.
Thank you.
Branson Taylor, number 78, left tackle for your Pitt Panthers. When we come back, we're going to have Mr. Pat Bostic break down the Mountaineers. Pat Bostic has, as the quarterback, I think, the single greatest upset in Panthers history, and he was a big part of that. Coming up next, you're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show and the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
I'm with Rocco Florio from Air Pro Heating and Cooling with great news.
Air Pro and Bryant are now offering the $1,000 rebate program. Buy a furnace, take $1,000 off. Add a central air conditioning system, take another $1,000 off. That's $2,000 savings.
Plus up to 60 months interest-free financing or low 3.9% interest subject to credit approval. So call someone you know. Call Air Pro Heating and Cooling at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. I'm here with Joe Stefka from NSS Life. Joe, it's commonly known that NSS Life has a wide range of insurance products and high-yielding annuities that are among the industry's best.
You're right, Bill. In fact, our $50,000 youth term plan is only $50 per year. Just call for details.
Protecting and providing for your family. That's NSS Life.
NSS Life, where family matters. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
The 2-minute warning, the caution flag, the 4. At PNC Bank, we believe in the power of a helpful watch out. That's why we created Low Cash Mode, the new financial watch out that gives you multiple options and at least 24 hours of extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Low Cash Mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. Available on all virtual wallet products. To learn more, visit pnc.com/lowcashmode. Copyright 2021, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. All rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
We believe healthcare should treat the whole person and the whole community. At UPMC, we aim to do just that by partnering with organizations that help bring fresh and healthy food to the people who need it most. Because life-changing is caring for you before you ever walk in our doors. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC. Life-changing medicine.
Mac.bid is here. What is it? It's your place to save up to 80% off retail. But don't share this news, because you don't need the bidding competition. Neighbor wants to know where you got that new mower? Lie. Mom's admiring your new cookware? Fib. Your priest wants a new TV just like yours. Okay, maybe you tell your priest about Mac.bid, but don't tell anyone else. You need to become a deceiver, a teller of untruths, a fabricator of falsehoods, a spinner of yarns. Winning at Mac.bid is amazing. Competition stinks. Mac.bid is here. Tell no one.
Back to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Gets the snap, play action fake. He's back, throws it down the field. Wide open for the grab is Kanate Mumpfield, and that's a score from 37 out. He did the play action fake. Cincinnati bit, and he beat star linebacker Miller to the pylon. 4th and 2 and a touchdown for the Panthers, and we got a ball game.
We certainly did have a ball game. Welcome back to the Pat Narduzzi Show. We're at Hotel Indigo down on Technology Drive at the base of Bate Street near the Hot Middle Bridge. You're invited, Coach's Show, every Wednesday at 6, and happy to see the Panthers club members here in attendance. And Rockin' on Rooney, presented by Clearview, returns for this home season, debuting at the Backyard Brawl. Rockin' on Rooney opens at noon for all fans, free admission. Make sure to check out all the food vendors. They've got Yinzer Dog, Siebers, Auntie Anne's Badass Barbecue. And stop by the marketing tent, get your game day selfie with a Clearview photo booth and football posters. You got it all beat. WVU buttons. And by the way, there will be Brewdog, Modella, and stateside seltzers there if you like an adult beverage. A lot face painting for Pat Bostic, yard games, inflatables, and it's all happening. And we want to thank Smithfield Meats and Center for Organ Recovery and Education being present for kickoff. Again, that's Rockin' on Rooney this Saturday at noon. Just a note, the parking lots are going to open at 10. That's 5.5 hours because we got a Pirates game at PNC Park. And the first pitch is at 1:05, so make sure you get there early. Looks like Mother Nature is going to cooperate. It's going to be a great day for Panthers football. That said, please welcome former Pitt quarterback, Senior Associate Athletic Director of Development, Major Gifts. Let's hear it for Pat Bostic. And Patrick.
You got any more reads, or you want to talk some football here?
Hey, you take care of business.
That's right.
You got business.
Yinzer dog
take care of
Yinzer dog. I'll take some barbecue. Dog.
I'm going to make sure you both get one sometime soon. I'll mail it to you. So, Pat, you were quarterback in that great, everybody still talks about it. I know Mountaineer fans still talk about it. Pat McAfee talks about it, their former kicker who does College Game Day, obviously, the Plum native who was there.
Sure he does.
Oh, yeah, and you had an encounter with him several times after that. They don't like Pat Bostic in West Virginia. Are you aware of this in Morgantown? Good. And we love that fact.
I tried to give him the game early, but no, I saw McAfee in the press box bathroom in 2019, Thursday night game, and he just looked at me and said a couple off-color words. And
I bet he didn't wash his hands either.
He's actually, since he started doing quite well for himself, he takes pretty good care of himself now. So he smelled pretty good.
He has people for that. All right, here's what you need to know about the Backyard Brawl, brought to you by PNC Bank. Make today the day. So, Pat, different scenario rolling into this game Saturday against the Ears.
Yeah, I mean, 2-0, obviously. They're 1-1, had a tough one week one, but it's different scenario, but the same story, right? It's Pitt, West Virginia. It's the Backyard Brawl. It's you've got generations of people that remember this game every single year. The rest of the 364 days of the year depend on this one day and a lot of families, because whether it's a reunion, Thanksgiving, Christmas, block parties, there's somebody from West Virginia there, and you want nothing to do with losing the game, so you don't have to hear it from them. You want to win it, so you have bragging rights, and obviously it's a third non-conference game as you get ready for conference play. Obviously Youngstown State next week, and keeping the momentum going from last week I think is really important. Games like this, legends are made in games like this, and you want to be one of those.
All right, as a former quarterback, your thoughts? Eli Holstein last week, it was the tale of two halves for him and the team.
It was. I mean, I thought the end of the second quarter, though, to go down the field and get that field goal was massive. I mean, that's a 6-point swing there that played a lot into being within arm's length in the third quarter. 21 versus 28 points or 24 points is a big difference with the time on the clock. The poise was always there. He missed some things early. I think that the resiliency, the resolve to come back and keep playing, use his feet, make plays down the field was really impressive. It was what we saw against Kent State for the majority of his time in the game, but to do it in those circumstances down 21, it's going to inspire belief in that whole offense, but more importantly, the whole football team, that they're never out of it. And with him, with Dez, with the rest of that group, he certainly was a big part of it, and impressed with his performance thus far as a redshirt freshman.
I know you and Doran Dickerson, who had experience playing against Cincinnati, talked about it. And Coach Doran was talking to us Friday. He said, this game against Cincinnati is really critical to set up, some momentum and energy. And you've always talked about the biggest advances from game one to game two in terms of, and I thought it really obviously showed in the second half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think, taking Kent State away, I think when you go from Cincinnati to West Virginia, we're going to see some major improvements there too. I think when the competition gets ramped up and it's good competition, I think we'll also some guys did some things that they can't do in the next game, and this is a big one, and I think we'll learn from last week as well.
And we'll have more with Pat Bostic and Coach Pat Narduzzi. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show and the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, Pitt fans, as the official credit union of the Pitt Panthers, Clearview Federal Credit Union is here to help you reach all your financial goals. Clearview wants to help you score big financially, whether you need to save, spend, borrow, or learn, they're here to help. Get easy access to your money from anywhere using their digital banking featuring Zelle, Clearview Live Video Banking, over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and financial centers throughout the Pittsburgh area. Visit clearviewfcu.org/Panthers to learn more and open an account today. Hail to Pitt.
Thanks to 850 community partners across an 11-county service area, Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is working to eliminate hunger and stabilize lives across the Three Rivers region. We're committed to making sure all our neighbors have consistent access to healthy food, and we're connecting people to other critical services to address the root causes of food insecurity. To get help, volunteer, or donate today, visit pittsburghfoodbank.org or call 412-460-3663.
Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, host of the Pat Narduzzi Show. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
Hey Pittsburgh, it's Cam Hayward. I know firsthand that an illness such as cancer can strike at any time, even when you're at the top of your game. If you are healthy and life is going your way now, this is the best time to get life insurance. You can get a policy with GBU Life that's affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you're building today at GBU.org.
GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Life insurance underwritten by GBU. This is a paid endorsement. Coverage is subject to approval and may not be available in all states.
Here's Air Pro's Rocco Florio.
If last summer took a toll on your old, inefficient central air conditioning system and you got prices from some of the big box stores or your current heating and cooling company and have been shocked with high prices and limited warranties, it's time to call Air Pro Heating and Cooling and see why our customers save 20 to 30% over the competition.
Air Pro and Bryant are offering their summer special and also 60 months interest-free financing or low 3.9% interest subject to credit approval. Call Air Pro Heating and Cooling. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Play in the field is under further review.
Making the right call requires speed and accuracy.
I've got your result right here, Mrs. Johnson.
Siemens Healthineers provides laboratories with fast and accurate test results when and where they're needed. From the world's largest hospital systems to care centers here in the Berg and across Western Pennsylvania, Siemens Healthineers helps labs tackle the toughest challenges.
It's the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Here's the snap. And on 3rd and goal, Holstein, everybody covered. Going to throw that pass. Complete touchdown right side to Konate Muntfield. Konate Muntfield, the senior from Houston, Georgia, the transfer from Akron, takes it in from 11 yards out.
And what a score, what a day the Pitt Panthers had Saturday. But that's all history, right, Coach?
That's it. It's history. We're on to the next one. You know, we talk a lot about the relief syndrome of letting it, big win like that. You got to let it go and move on to the next one. So that's been emphasized this week.
Hey, we want to give a shout-out again to the Panther Club members who are here at Hotel Indigo. Thank you, guys, for your support for Pitt football. And a birthday shout-out. Mark Goose Goosen is here.
Oh, Mark.
Goose. Where is he?
He's right there.
There he is. His 99th birthday. God bless him. I'm kidding.
That's terrible.
Happy birthday, and thanks for supporting Pitt football.
He looks younger than you, Larry.
This isn't the debate.
It is.
All right, let's talk about the West Virginia Mountaineers. They're under sixth-year head coach with West Virginia, Neil Brown, and obviously they want to come in here and steal one at Acrisure Stadium on Saturday. So tell us what we're looking for on West Virginia's offense and defense.
Coach asked me to bring some insight last week. He asked me to bring it. So, West Virginia's run for 151 and 190 in the last two games against Pitt, running the football. And I know that irks you.
They had 212 yards total offense.
They did.
Year.
But running the football irks you. I know it irks you.
I'll take 212.
I'll take 212, too.
I don't care what it is.
We need to have more than 212 on offense this year to win the ball game. But I think they want to run the ball. They got two good backs. White's a good player. He's a little bit like Dez, 5'7", quick. They got a little thunder and lightning going back there. Donaldson, hurt us in 2022. Ran the ball. I think he was a true freshman that year. He was wearing a different number than he's wearing now, 12, I think. But he's big. You see the difference when on tape and on the games between White, number 1, and number 4. They want to pound the rock. And Green obviously got hurt the first series against us last year. I think he's a really good player. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he stands in the pocket, makes throws down the middle, which is always a challenge for a guy that isn't the tallest. And they got a big offensive line. They lost Frazier. They lost Nestor, the right tackle, both pros, both good players. But it starts with running the ball on offense for them. That's what they want to do. They want to win that battle. And everything else kind of feeds off that. Green running the ball, the bootlegs they run, getting things on the move, getting him outside the pocket where he's a run-pass threat. And I think they've got a good group of receivers, and both tight ends, Taylor and Davis, both can play. So they do a nice job offensively. They got off to a rough start against Penn State, had some turnovers in that game. I think they've turned it over 4 times, all fumbles so far this season. And but last week they got their mojo back a little bit against Albany.
All right, how about on defense?
A little bit of carryover at the 3 down front, but not as much 3 safety, and they play more of a 4 down front if you really watch them. They'll play some bear. Well, they'll cover up the guards, cover up the nose tackle. But it's zone defense. I mean, typically when we played bear defense, when I played, it was all man-to-man, vice the tight end. That's the old school bear, Buddy Ryan defense. But now they're running, more of a 3 down with a rush linebacker that they'll stem the front, and they'll play quarters and 3 deep in the back end. The massive turnover at the safety and corner position, with the exception of Burks, who's back. New corners in the 2 deep. I think they have 11 transfers, coach, in the 2 deep on defense. And they've struggled to cover the pass statistically. Obviously, they played Drew Aller in Penn State, but last year they struggled to cover the pass too. And I was watching Neil Brown's press conference, and he spoke about zone drops and issues with that, and that'll obviously be a premium for them against this Pitt offense, and the speed at which they operate and the way they move players around. If you're going to zone and match against that, you better be lined up right. You better get to your spots, or guys could be wide open.
And they're obviously going to key on Desmond Reed. How do you cover this guy?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to tell them how. I can promise you that. But if I knew, I wouldn't say it. But
you got a matchup. He's a receiver / running back in the backfield. He can catch as good as any receiver. And, they can't play with 6 DBs, so you're going to get them matched up at times on linebackers. And that's the
whether
issue.
they're zone or man,
Yeah,
you're going to get them matched up.
The big passing out of the backfield, he came out and the backer thought he was going to run it out. He ran to go beat him to the flat, and he cut back across his face, and it was over.
A couple plays earlier, he did something different on that same type of route and was open. Let's just say that. But he had 100 yards receiving and 100 yards rushing. No Pitt player on record's ever done that, ever, in a game. I mean, that's pretty darn impressive for a player. You talk about his size. You talk about being at an FCS school. I mean, there's nothing that he's done that doesn't scream big-time player. And, certainly he'll be a big part of this gameplay, and as will all the eligibles on offense.
He also, Reed, has a second gear. I mean, he was running at almost 21 miles an hour.
It's pretty fast.
How do you know that?
I have people that I know very well.
Yeah, he was running fast. He's also a heck of a pass blocker. I will honestly say that. That's one of the first things I watch with a back, because if you're a quarterback, and they release him a lot, obviously, but there was one play in training camp where he stung, I think it was Biles, during
He did it a lot. He did it to everybody.
And he ran some guys over last week, which, I'm sure, because he got up slow a couple different times. I'm like, maybe you just, get out of the way the next time. But he has utmost confidence in his ability.
I love his grit.
Yeah, he's confident. He feels like he can run through you, around you, over you. It doesn't matter what size he is, and I wouldn't take that away from him. That's what makes him really good.
So Cincinnati had this nose guard. His last name is Corleone. They called him the Godfather. He looked like he was 600 pounds. And
he landed on top of Dez one time, and I'm like,
I saw that.
That's big versus little right there. But I tell you who did a heck of a job was Lyndon Cooper against him. You got a guy breathing down your face the whole game, and Coops brought an attitude to that offensive line that I think it's noticeable from my end. I mean, the center being in control, but also having an edge to him. Branson is a heck of a player, but Lyndon Cooper's been a really nice addition.
And Reed shows a lot, and he has a little bit of patience too. And then when he turns the jets on, you'll see him fly through the line, and you're like, how did he get through there?
Well, if you're a linebacker, I don't know how you find him back there. I mean, how do you see him? When he comes through the line of scrimmage, it's just boom. He could puncture, and then when he gets past you, it's good night. And that's we like to see that. I hope to see it a lot this week.
All right, what do you think? Saturday, 3:30.
I think we're going to kick off at 3:30. It's going to be a beautiful day, and it's going to be the backyard brawl. But it'll be spirited. I expect it to be a lot of fun, and somehow, some way, the Panthers will get a win.
Let's hear it for Pat Bostic. Coach Bostic. I'll see you on the south side.
Take it till you make it.
And then we'll see you at the Acrisure on Saturday. Coming up, final thoughts with head coach Pat Narduzzi on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
You want a news source that delivers unrivaled football coverage? Then you want the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, because the Post-Gazette delivers football 24/7. High school, college, and the pros. Up to the minute, in-depth reports, scores and stats, matchups and highlights, breaking news, and breakout players. Exclusive coverage, online, in print, or on the go. So for football and all the news that impacts our region, the Post-Gazette delivers what matters most.
Hey Pitt fans, Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
Know what West Virginia's most valuable resource is? You can't buy it or sell it, but it can sustain you through anything. And it lights the way as we blaze a path to places we've never been without even leaving the state. West Virginia's most valuable resource is hope. And Hope Gas is igniting the innovation, job growth, and investment in industries that will shape the course of tomorrow. West Virginia is for hope. Learn more at wvisforhope.com.
Mac.bid is here. What is it? It's your place to save up to 80% off retail. But don't share this news, because you don't need the bidding competition. Neighbor wants to know where you got that new mower? Lie. Mom's admiring your new cookware? Fib. Your priest wants a new TV just like yours. Okay, maybe you tell your priest about Mac.bid, but don't tell anyone else. You need to become a deceiver, a teller of untruths, a fabricator of falsehoods, a spinner of yarns. Winning at Mac.bid is amazing. Competition stinks. Mac.bid is here. Tell no one.
At UPMC, we believe care goes beyond our walls and into our communities. That's why we support organizations and individuals who help people prosper by giving them skills and training for employment, including right here at UPMC. Because life-changing is providing people a chance to grow. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. I'm here with Joe Stefka from NSS Life. Joe, it's commonly known that NSS Life has a wide range of insurance products and high-yielding annuities that are among the industry's best.
You're right, Bill. In fact, our $50,000 youth term plan is only $50 per year. Just call for details.
Protecting and providing for your family. That's NSS Life.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Let's return to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hotel Indigo, home of the Pat Narduzzi Show every Wednesday at 6. And, Coach, some final thoughts as you get ready for the backyard brawl.
You know what? It's going to be a heck of a game. We got to play well in all three phases. You know, start with special teams. They've got a punt returner that we've got to zero in on. Preston Fox. He's a gutsy football player. He's a really good receiver. He's a go-to guy on offense, but he's also a great punt returner. We're going to have to, go down and get after him. Junko's got to have some great punts. We got to have great coverage on punt team, and obviously Ben Saul's got to have a great day as well. Whenever that opportunity arises, defensively we've got to stop the run. Bostic talked about it already. Gave us those yardage. We held him to 212 a year ago total offense, and that wasn't enough. But we expect to be explosive on offense like normal. And, our offense has got to have a good day. I mean, if the offense is scoring points, if we can get them where our offense is scoring points and they've got to throw the ball to get back in a game, I think you got a chance. I like our chances. I like our football team.
No doubt spirits were high on the south side this week with the players. How do you kind of temper that, too, at the same time to make sure their mind's right and locked in?
Yeah, they'll be locked in. We've kind of got them locked in all week and what we need to do. They understand the magnitude of this football game, and they understand that nobody cares about what happened last week, and that's all about what happens on Saturday.
The 107th edition of the Backyard Brawl, Saturday at Acrisure Stadium, Pitt and West Virginia. Coach, good luck against the Ears.
Thanks, Larry. Hail to Pitt. Thanks for everybody coming today.
Yeah, we want to thank the Panther Club members who were in attendance today. Appreciate your support. Rockin' on Rooney, don't forget noon, presented by Clearview. And we want to thank our team. A special thank to Pitt's Paul Bartow, Casey Garrow. And let's hear it for Allison Rubin, who does a tremendous job. And she's running the Pitt Hall of Fame dinner, which is going to be spectacular on Saturday. And our team, PJ Comanchic, Tom Catanzari, Charlie Borges back at Master Control. Let's go, Pitt. Here we go. You've been listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show here on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.